Here come the team down onto the field. Give them a real welcome now. They've taken part in many hard games since
These Asian Games have been just absolutely fantastic. We're here in Kuala Lumpur. The Orang Club, who are the local club here, have done just an absolutely fantastic job. But I would just like to congratulate everybody involved with the Asian board. It's just been an incredible spectacle, and there's a lot of Irish people that are here the first time, but there's a lot of people from different parts of the world as well. And I think they're getting their first taste of what our games are all about. And this is I suppose like the new GAA. Like traditionally in years gone by, places like Great Britain, America, Australia, they were the homes of GAA outside of Ireland. But we now have Europe. Yesterday, the first ever European team took part in the Leinster Club Championship, and that was a very, very historic first. And these games have been of such a high quality. The bottom line and the message that we want to get across is, and I have to say that Leinster Council are very, very proud to be part of this partnership. But there is a GAA club in nearly every part of the world. You have 50 different teams taking part here, over this weekend of games. And, the message that we need to get out is, to people that are coming out, if you do, touch base with there's a local GAA club, large or small, Singapore, Hong Kong, they're the hotspots, Dubai and Abu Dhabi in the Middle East. But one thing I have to emphasise is, the standard of the games out here. There are a lot of high quality inter-county footballers plying their trade out here, as you have seen over the weekend, Jerome, and the standard is extremely high. But there is a game for everybody, the highest level, and there's B and C games competitions as well. So as a GAA person, I'm so proud that Leinster Council are actually twinned with these. And if anybody needs any information, look up the Leinster GAA website. All the details are there. And before you leave our shores at home, touch base.
From a ladies' football point of view, how heartened were you as president of ladies' football, not just at home but around the world?
I am indeed. There's a two-dimensional thing to this, because the GAA clubs around the world provide a wonderful facility for anybody leaving home in Ireland, whereby they can link up with a GAA club abroad, and it's a great consolation and a peace of mind for their family back home that they have done so, because by doing it, they meet people, the club looks after them, they keep them out of help, keep out of trouble, whatever the case may be. And then we have the other side of it, where we have the amount of non-Irish people who are playing ladies football. This year, it was roughly 70% were non-Irish players, 30% Irish. So that's a huge amount of people with no Irish connection whatsoever. There were some teams that didn't have any Irish girls playing in them. You had Japan, you had Taiwan, you had so many teams, and that is wonderful. And the wonderful thing about it is that they love the game. They did not know it until they went to these places working. A lot of American girls, Australian girls, you name it. And it's the fact that they have taken to it. But then again, why wouldn't they? Because, if you take what is Gaelic Games, in a sense, it's a mixture of international sports such as soccer. If you're a soccer player, you'd love to catch a ball. A basketball player would love to kick a ball. And here we combine those two, plus our own unique skills, of course. So there's absolutely no reason why Gaelic Games would not take on all over the world.
She's only 5 years away.
I was involved yesterday in the presentation ceremony to the underage players, the final between Orang and Singapore, and it was just wonderful to see so many different children, some of Irish parentage, some of other races as well, and that's where our games are going. And as I said, parents like their children to play our games, because it does, it's a physical game. It's a good, strong game. It's a strong running game. There's athleticism, high fielding, but the bottom line is that it's done in a good environment. And the one thing that I would have to say as well is I'd just like to compliment the referees here. They're a much maligned group, but discipline has been of the highest order. They're using the yellow card here. People are having to take their punishment, and maybe once upon a time as well, Irish games that were played abroad, maybe the level or the discipline wasn't so strong. You'd have to say, Jerome, and I'd say you would certainly agree with me that discipline has been of the highest order. They run a very tight ship, very strict regime, but it ensures that nobody gets really hurt, and everybody, boys, girls, ladies and men, all get an opportunity to enjoy our games.
Closely bound, 3 defenders behind, they're winning
the senior final, there was a cracking game. So were the two semi-finals. Shanghai has played some superb football all the way through, and depriving Singapore of 5 in a row. So change is also good, and it also will hearten other teams that if Shanghai can't do it, why can't we do it? So it's growing. This is my 4th Asian Games finals to have attended, and the standard has improved every single year. And I suppose it's very comparative to America. And something I have said about America is that at the present time, the Irish strongholds of Boston, Philadelphia, Chicago, and San Francisco, there's a danger of them simply becoming teams. Whereas if you take the lesser areas of Baltimore, Pittsburgh, San Diego, Cleveland, Dallas, these places, they're developing as clubs because they are keeping it home based. And I think within 7 to 8 years, I think they will be powerful strengths in Gaelic games. And I see it very comparative here to Asia. The Asian games have improved so much. They're certainly, it's hard to judge America because of the fact there's so many Irish and county players being brought out for the summer games. So therefore, that's their level. But if you take that away from it, the Asian Gaelic games here are just as strong as it. And of course, Gaelic football is so strong in the Gulf region as well, probably even stronger than in Asia. So, it just shows you the rapid progress of Gaelic games throughout the world.